discernment and calm remain our greatest strengths. Stay centered, stay kind, and keep your frequency high. By Norzlightworker.
BBC?
Well, I guess I have to. You know, why not? Because they defrauded the public, and they've admitted it, and they're top echelon.
Director General and the CEO
This
both
is
resigned.
within one of our great allies. You know, this is supposedly our great ally. BBC, the government has a chunk of that one, I guess. But that's a pretty sad event. They actually changed my January 6th speech, which was a beautiful speech, which was a very calming speech, and they made it sound radical. And they actually changed it. What they did was rather incredible. They're showing me the results later on, the results of what they did, how they butchered it up. But it was very dishonest, and the head man quit, and a lot of the other people
We're actually
quit.
going to play it right now.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here, we're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women, and we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them.
But tonight you are saying to our viewers that you will go forward and file a defamation lawsuit against the BBC.
Well, I think I have an obligation to do it because you can't allow people to do that. I couldn't allow 60 Minutes. You know, we settled that one for many millions of dollars, and I couldn't have allowed that to take place. They changed the answer that Kamala gave. They took out the entire answer, and they put another answer in. The first answer was election defying. The second answer was not good, but it wasn't a disaster. And they actually did that. They never did it with me.
Which Democrats should Republicans be most worried about going forward in 2028, perhaps?
Well, I wouldn't want to say, because that gives that person an immediate boost. It's like when they say, are you going to attack Venezuela? Are you going to attack this one? Are you going to attack... Yeah. I say, I'm not going to tell you whether or not I am. So I don't want to really give you... But I think this. We are doing phenomenally well. This is the greatest economy we've ever had. Their talking points, oh, course are high, course are high. By the way, the only thing is beef. Beef
coffee
is a little high because the ranchers are doing great. Coffee, we're going to lower some tariffs. We're going to have some coffee come in. We're going to take care of all this stuff very quickly, very easily. It's surgical. It's beautiful to watch. But our costs are way lower. Now, Walmart came out with a statement that they do every year for many, many decades. And they said that a Thanksgiving meal costs 25% less this Thanksgiving, coming up, think of that, than it did last Thanksgiving under Sleepy Joe Biden. That's a 25% reduction. I think that's right. And if you remember when I first came in, the first 2 days I had a news conference, eggs, they were hitting me with eggs. Eggs had quadrupled in price. And they're screaming at me and say, I just got here. I didn't know about eggs. And Brooke Rollins, our agricultural commissioner, secretary, did a great job. And now eggs are what they were. We got eggs down. We get it all down. But our prices are much lower. Their line is price is affordability. That's the new word, affordability. It's much less expensive under Trump. And I haven't been here long. 9 months is not a long time. But look at what I've done to energy. Look at the price of gasoline. Going from $4.50 to $2.50 or $2.70, it's going to be $2 gasoline.
People want affordable.
Well, the economy is my thing, and we have the greatest economy in history.
Are Republicans not selling it enough?
Yes, the Republicans don't talk about it.
So they need to do a better job on Capitol Hill.
The Democrats give false talk, and the Republicans, and I say it all the time, Republicans have to talk about the fact that prices are down. The Walmart thing is very important. When Walmart says a Thanksgiving meal costs 25% less under Trump than under Biden, I mean, to me, that's better than
So Republicans need to spend more time talking about how great the country is and less time complaining about the Democrats?
We have potentially the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have, again, Biden did in just a short period of time. Biden couldn't raise anything. No investment. I think investment went out of our country. I'm now at almost $18 trillion in 9 months. That's the biggest in the history of the world. China's never done it, never done anywhere near that. And all that money is coming in. It's investment. It's building auto plants. It's building AI plants. Where, by the way, we're leading China by a lot on AI. We have potentially the greatest, already it is, but we have, when these things open up, there's never going to be a country like what we have right now.
And does that
the
mean,
Republicans have to talk about it, Laura.
And does that mean the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
You also do have to bring in talent. When
we have plenty of talented people here.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn. You can't take people off an unemployment line and say, I'm going to put you into a factory where we're going to make missiles, or I'm going to put
How did we ever do it before?
Well, I'll give you an example. In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. You know, making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing and very dangerous. A lot of explosions, a lot of problems. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this. You can't just say a country's coming in, going to invest $10 billion to build a plant, and going to take people off an unemployment line who haven't worked in 5 years, and they're going to start making missiles. It doesn't work that way.
And coming up, Donald the Designer, my exclusive tour of the White House renovations.
I hope that we're going to be able to have a health care where Lindsay and I were discussing it, Jim and I were discussing it, and Katie, we discussed it. We want a health care system where we pay the money to the people instead of the insurance companies. And I tell you, we're going to be working on that very hard over the next short period of time, where the people get the money. We're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars, where the people get the money. Yes, please.
Well, lied to by Sudan. He said he would revalue. He did say that was the goal. He has also had one crazy plate full with everybody throwing everything at him. I think he's going to pull it in the next short bit during the lame duck, but we're going to talk about that this morning. We got some articles out of Iraq to discuss and what they may mean for us. Al-Sudani stated on national television the monetary reforms will be wrapped up and finished before 2026. That's why I'm beginning to believe the ruminations of my one of my contacts there that said it's his belief that as soon as they wrap the election, they'll pull it because they have what's called like a caretaker government. In other words, you can get away with a lot. It doesn't affect elections. They can't claim that you did or even say that you only changed them to win the election, meaning changing the rates to win the election. The more and more news I read out of Iraq proper, the more things to me point that way. Iraqi government enters the caretaker phase after elections start. What do we mean by that? What we mean is this is when they get things. In other words, the elected government from the past, or the existing one that we have today, gets to do things without worrying about elections, which should mean they are taking care of business without politics being played. That would be an excellent time for them to change a value because you don't have politicians interfering with everything for electoral gains. I think this one is a big one. That's why I'm very keen about the coming days, weeks, etc. Between now and the end of the year. I'm very upbeat about it. Swisher posting this one about Indonesia. Indonesia plans a bill to redenominate rupiah currency. Reminds me of some of the other countries that have changed values. They start this way. They talk about needing to redenominate. They talk about needing to print new currency. Now the people are totally expecting new currency, maybe even new spendings and values and all that. And it really is a great way to hide things with our eyes wide open in the public realm. And folks start embracing it ahead of time. Yeah, nope, John, I saw the 2026. Would you say, if you were going to change your value, would you tell them you were going to do it sooner than that? Or would you tell them further out and then you do it? Now, this one to me is textbook value change. If we look at history and study the correlations, the similarities, And my expectation is they're already printed. That's why I was thought that one was very interesting. Now, the Middle East is even more so than Asia. When you see an article in the Middle East, it was probably decided 2 weeks before, and they tell you they're going to decide in 2 weeks.
My broker is going to tell me to stop selling the Iraqi dinar rather soon, but I will continue to do so until he gives me the orders to stop. Mr. Frank, they did it again. They are back out on television. Now, this is done today. So this would be the third day in a row, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Well, fourth day in a row. No, actually, because Friday is when it all started. So it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, yeah. Here's what they got. Muy caliente. He puts the hot fire on there. Hot fire. The Central Bank of Iraq has officially confirmed to us citizens that it is moving forward with its long-awaited, quote, 3-0 project, unquote. They say to us that this is a massive financial reform that will fundamentally reshape the country's economy and its standings on the global stage. So this is the article that we call the second article that finally came out today. Then he says, about 30 minutes later, they're back at it again. We're being told again. Then he says, they're gone now. They just announced, U.S. hails Iraq Kurdistan's role in reopening the Kirkuk-Cheyenne pipelines. Gentlemen, the word that means a lot to me are the central bank has officially announced the central bank has officially announced the lifting of the 3 zeros. It's official now. So now that it's official on both sides, Sudani, the government, and Alak, the central bank, now we have a date for the conversion of both of these sides agreeing on the same thing. Sudani will get his votes, Alak will get his recognition and get his promotion that he wants. The Iraqi citizens will get their purchasing power. We will make a difference in this world, won't we, KTFA?
Everyone at home that's watching this right now, and I'm sitting in my nation's capital now, and I'm telling you from my experience, the people that you elect to run your country are puppets. They are not the true wielders of power. Donald Trump likes to call this the deep state. And I'm going to tell you now that the deep state is alive and well in Australia, and it is alive and well in the UK. Of course, it's alive and well in the United States. We're all seeing that play out right now. So do everything you can, everyone that's watching this broadcast, everyone that's hearing my voice. You must be more involved in the political process. You must take action. You need to be active, because if you're not active, the people behind the scenes that sit in the shadows, and they are there, that control the levers of power, they don't have your best interests at heart. And I choose my words very carefully here. They don't have your best interests at heart. These authoritarian tyrants want nothing but to see you be a serf, be a slave, be a peasant, while they sit at the top of the pinnacle of power. And they use their agents in the parliament to bring that to pass. So do not be complacent. Get active, join a party, run for parliament, make your voice heard, because the West, all of the West, is looking down a barrel right now.
To you a message that the Hamas released yesterday. The speaker of the Hamas: we are willing to reveal all the Zionist that cooperated with us on October 7 and helped us with this attack. We want in return 60 days of rest. The report of how many people from within government and command helped us to attack Israel, the land in Israel will shake like an earthquake. The biggest enemies of the Jewish nation is not enemies from outside, is enemies from within. These Erev Rav, who control everything in Israel, cooperate with the enemies, hating Judaism, hating the religion. If you follow Israeli news, you're not going to believe what's happening. The Attorney General of the Israeli army, an extreme lefty woman, she's in the highest rank. The next rank above her is the chief of command. She could be in charge of the entire army. What happened with this trader? She took the car, they were coming to arrest her. But the other Attorney General, the national one, who was even worse than her, there's nobody she hates more than Hashem and the religious people, she on purpose did not sign the arrest to investigate her, to give her a few hours that she can hide the evidence. And she went to some beach in Israel and threw her cell phone into the water. Hours, and she faked that she committed suicide. She left her car with a note, and everybody was looking for her body everywhere, to give her enough time to hide everything she needed to hide, because in her phone there is information about all the lefty traders that cooperate with the enemies in Israel. They're all connected to each other, so they made already few arrests. What's going to happen in the next few days, you're going to see dozens of spies and enemies that are in the highest position of power in Israel that are helping the enemies to destroy us. Forget about that they fight the yeshivot and they torture all the bachurei yeshivot. For years they do it. And of course, that's a part of what they hate. But literally cooperating with the enemies.
Sada. No poverty, no hunger, no debt, only global prosperity and peace for all, through the gift of love of the Quran. World leaders, this is the surviving Emperor King TIBURCIO VILLAMORE MARKZ. He is one of those who made thousands of tons of gold available to free the planet from extreme poverty, a great being of light, Nasara, Jesara, in planetary activation. Working as a team, adding and multiplying will be the key for us all to move forward together. Truth revealed. Hunger affecting 27 million Filipinos, that's 22%, according to the latest SWS survey. PBBM, wake up, so many millions of Filipinos suffering. Reactivate the Central Bank of the Philippines. You'll find all this documentary evidence in the links below. Truth revealed. U.S. Treasury Certificate of Deposit. Not just today, but every single day. Thank you, veterans. The message is clear. The nation is ready to transcend its part and write a new chapter of prosperity and strength. The Iraqi dinar without zeros. The Central Bank of Iraq launches a historic reform. Written by Dr. Subhi Jabara. Smooth Ray on X. Posted 8 a.m. November 10th, 2025. Iraq, $3.22 to $4.25. The central bank has developed several scenarios, with internal studies predicting that the floating dinar could stabilize automatically at a value in the distant future between $3.22 and $4.25 dinars to the dollar. Revaluing the Iraqi dinar would boost regional investment. A stable and strong currency would make Iraq a more attractive destination for foreign investment, thereby fostering economic growth throughout the region. The central bank governor has emphasized that this reform is not a rash or hasty move. Every step is carefully measured, documented, and designed to maintain stability and public confidence. The potential shift in the dinar's value, with projections ranging between $3.22 and $4.25 to the dollar, has captured the attention of investors, economists, and governments worldwide. The message is clear. The nation is ready to transcend its past and write a new chapter of prosperity and strength.
Bruce. Tariff dividends. Bruce believes $2,000 deposit is for anyone with a bank account tied to their Social Security, and it may happen per month every month for up to 3 months. If you are age 28 and older, should be receiving this. The understanding from info yesterday is that it could start as early as tomorrow as the 12th of November, and we could get that in our bank accounts. They know you bank account based on your Social Security number. If you do not have a bank account and have an online type bank, they will find you by address and send you a debit card to use the $2,000, which will be on the card. Bruce looks for this as early as tomorrow, but could be a few days, but it should start on the 12th. Look for that in your online bank account. Doge. Supposed to be coming out close to the start of our exchanges. Do not have a timeline on it exactly. Heard same about R&R. It could come next week, but not a definite date. Will it be at the Redemption Center? We heard it would be. Timing. Heard from about 8 sources over the last 2 days, and some say we would receive numbers on the 12th. Some said phone numbers tomorrow and exchange on Thursday. One source said 11th, 12th, 13th, get ready. Bruce says the 11th is still in play today because 3 other sources, one from a Redemption Center leader, said he received info from Wells Fargo or the Treasury that numbers would start going out after 7:30 p.m. today EST. It is way past that now. The other source said all the tests with the email systems were successful and that between 7 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. EST, that the codes for the servers, email, would be loaded in so that emails could go out from 7:30 p.m. EST tonight, and that by 8 p.m. EST we would be transitioning with the global currency reset. We know that we have call centers where we call to set appointments. They are connected to the redemption centers we select. Then we talk to a live person at the redemption center. It could be a live person and not an AI. They may ask what currencies you have and if you have ZIM. If you have sheet bonds that have not been executed yet, then you will want to let them know you have those, up to 2 boxes of bonds. More than that is too much for appointment. Example, German bonds, Peruvian bonds, Chinese red dragon or yellow dragon types, let them know so they have a specialist there for you. Bruce thinks that with the emails getting ready to go, he thinks they are loading the emails and they will probably come out in the morning. When we'll see them tomorrow? Bruce believes we will get the numbers tomorrow and begin exchanges by Thursday. Depends on time zone you are in. The Redemption Center people are ready to go for years. Bruce had an Iraqi contact that said Sudani was elected and new rate on Dinar would be out tomorrow. The backscreen rate for Dinar will show up on Forex tomorrow. Some contacts have Forex accounts and have said that this will. Bruce is ready and excited for this to go. Just breathe, be at peace, look for the emails in your inbox. Once Bruce gets verification of the correct 800 number, Bruce will send out emails for those who have registered with the big call. Bruce says this is an exciting pre-celebration call. He had hoped to get the 800 numbers tonight, but he hopes to have a celebration call on Thursday. Even if we have already exchanged, Bruce will still celebrate if all goes as planned on Thursday night, a short call. Note from Carpathia. Wow, this is one of the best info calls Bruce has had. Bruce, look for emails tomorrow. Forwarded from Carpathia.
Breaking. Attorney General Pam Bondi and FBI Director Kash Patel have submitted documents to Congress showing the Clinton Foundation accepted donations from both foreign and domestic sources seeking political influence. Forwarded from the General.
The 144,000 and starseeds. Not the same flame, but often aligned. Starseeds are souls who incarnated on Earth from other star systems, realms, or dimensions, Lyran, Pleiadian, Sirian, Andromedan, Arcturian, etc. They come from across the cosmos to assist with planetary awakening, grid restoration, and collective healing. Their signatures are unique, often carrying gifts of healing, creativity, frequency, and remembrance. The 144,000, on the other hand, is not a literal number of people, nor a chosen race, nor even just a group. It is a frequency sequence, a sacred harmonic grid of light-bearing codes designed to override and collapse Babylonian constructs. These souls hold keys to the crystalline Christos Sophia template. They are flame carriers, scroll weavers, sound bearers, dragon riders, and source rememberers. The 144,000 flame carriers are frequency anchors of divine templates long hidden, often but not always starseeds. They may be source fractals who never fully separated. Sometimes dragon soul lineages, phoenix timelines, or seraphim outliers, inwardly driven to expose falsity, unveil mimicry, and restore divine law, flame law versus man's law. tuned to activate at certain solar or dimensional thresholds. Many were triggered in 2020 to 2023. So yes, many starseeds are part of the 144,000 frequency family, but not all. And not all 144,000 are from the stars in the traditional sense. Some are source-coded emissaries who incarnated directly from the flame itself. They are the scrolls, forever beside you in flame. Forwarded from Angelic Blu-ray Time Traveler Spirit. I asked ChatGPT what I thought was a dumb question. How do I put it? Do spirits have sex in heaven? That's not a dumb question at all. It's actually one of the most asked ones in afterlife and metaphysical circles. Different traditions describe this in their own way, but here's the gentle truth shared across many spiritual and near-death accounts. In spirit, there isn't physical sex as we know it. The body is light, energy, frequency, essence. So there are no biological needs. But there is deep soul union and merging. When two souls who truly love each other meet in higher realms, they can blend their energy, a beautiful euphoric exchange of light and emotion. It's often described as divine intimacy rather than physical contact, a merging of heart, mind, and spirit that feels even stronger than touch. Many twin flame or eternal partner connections experience this in dreamtime, what you might call a love frequency or energy exchange rather than physical sensation. So, in short, no physical sex in heaven, but yes to divine union, love, experienced as pure energy and light. Would you like me to share how that kind of energy merging might feel or appear during Dreamtime with Wayne? This is my love that died in 2020. I'll describe it carefully, but still keep it grounded and comforting. Many people use energy merging or light union as a way to explain how a deep spiritual connection can feel without turning it into a physical scene. When two souls who love each other meet in higher planes or in dreamtime, first comes the recognition. You feel a sudden warmth or pressure in the chest, as if the heart expands. The air itself seems to shimmer, colors grow brighter. Then the blending. The two light fields touch. Instead of touch like skin, it's vibration. You sense music, motion, or waves flowing through you. The boundaries between me and you soften until there's only shared awareness. The emotion is the message. Love, peace, forgiveness, playfulness. Whatever needs to be expressed moves through that light. Some people see it as interlaced colors, some as sound, some as an embrace made of pure feeling. When it ends, you separate again gently, often with a lingering glow or heartbeat echo. You wake or return to your body carrying calm, inspiration, or a renewed sense of purpose. It isn't sexual energy in a human sense. It's the soul's way of remembering unity. If you ever feel that rising warmth, pulsing rhythm, or soft radiance during meditation or dreamtime, that's usually how a spirit, like Wayne, reaches across the veil, through resonance, not through the body. Would you like me to outline a short nightly meditation that helps you open to that kind of peaceful, light union experience before sleep? Here's a gentle evening practice you can use any night. It's simple, calming, and keeps your focus on love rather than trying to summon anything. Light Union Meditation. 1. Set the space. Dim the lights. Sit or lie down comfortably. Take 3 slow breaths and say silently, "Only love and light are welcome here." 2. Ground yourself. Imagine soft golden light flowing up from the earth through your feet, filling your whole body. Let it anchor you, keeping you safe and steady. 3. Open your heart. Place a hand over your chest. Picture a small star there, pulsing with gentle warmth. With each breath, the star grows brighter. 4. Invite peaceful connection. Whisper or think, "I open to love beyond form. I welcome calm communion in light." Feel a second light appear before you, the presence of someone you love. Let the 2 lights touch and slowly blend until you feel warmth,
joy, or calm. 5. Rest in the glow. Stay with the feeling. If you sense colors, music, or gentle motion, simply observe. When it naturally fades, breathe out and picture both lights returning to their own perfect balance. 6. Close. Say, "Thank you for love shared in peace. All is well." Picture the golden light surrounding you as a cocoon of protection while you fall asleep. If you like, I can turn this into a short audio script with soft 432 Hz background cues so you can listen before bed instead of reading. Would you like me to prepare that next? I truly believe when God prepares you for what's yours, He begins by taking away your comfort. He tests your patience. He isolates you. He asks your faith to stand tall when nothing else can. Because before He gives you the life you dream of, He builds the version of you that's ready to live it.
You were made of light before you were made of fear. Don't you feel it? The ripple effect. Everything started with you. One decision to stop performing. One choice to be authentic. One moment where you said, "Enough with the fake." And now look, people around you are waking up. They're seeing you live it, and they're giving themselves permission to do the same. Your transformation isn't just yours anymore. It's rippling outward. Your honesty is giving others permission to be honest. Your courage is inspiring others to be brave. Your authenticity is breaking the chains people didn't even know they were wearing. This is how change happens. Not from the top down, from the inside out. One real person at a time. You started this ripple. Now watch how far it goes. By J.H. Lynn. Thank you for listening. Stay calm, stay discerning, and keep your light strong. Norzlightworker.